morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. I'm Charlene. It's so good to be with you today. Today, if you're joining us live, either here on Insight Timer or also on YouTube, we have YouTube friends who join us live every session. So exciting. We have such a beautiful community around the world. But if you are joining us today, present time, this present time, it's Labor Day here in the United States. So happy Laborless Day to all of my American brothers and sisters. Hope you're enjoying a beautiful day. No matter where you are in the world, I hope you're enjoying a beautiful day. Tell me where you're joining us from today. Drop your name and your location in the chat. And if you feel really boisterous and gregarious, tell me how you're feeling today too, right? You know, this is a sacred space of vibration, of sound. And sound is a vibration, of feeling is a vibration. So let's talk about some vibes. How we doing? Oh, I love all the hearts. Yay! Speaking of good vibes, the hearts make my heart happy. They just make my so much bubbly joy come up every time I see them because I know that you are connecting to happiness, and there's not much better than that when we have joy. So let's see who's here this morning. Linnea, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Victor, happy Monday. Victor's from Dallas. It's good to see you. Did you have a good walk today? Let's see who else was there. There was, I saw Jane's from Northern California. Corin, hi. Corin with a K. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. It's lovely to meet. I don't think we've met before. I'm glad you're here. Hi, so good morning. Positive Flow, Bay Area, yes. Good to see you. Linnea. And your Positive Flow, and your name's Jason. I love it. Jason, I am going to try to commit that to memory, but I may need your help. There are many things that I have been gifted with. Sometimes names are not one of them, not a function of you, but of me. So if I ask you again, please be gracious. Jason, Positive Flow. What a cool handle. Really, really cool. Hi, Linnea. You love the photos. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. Yeah. My hubby just recently changed them. He likes those a little bit better. I don't know. They're just fun to create, but you know, they all tell such different stories. You see, I see life as a story. Every moment is a story, and we get to author our own stories. We get to write those chapters. And when I think about life that way, it always helps me come from more of a place of empowerment, right? Because I'm not a victim to something else. I am the hero of my story. I'm probably the villain of other stories for other people as well, but every story needs a hero and a villain, so it works out okay. I try not to be too villainous, but I guess it happens, right? So, Alexa Clee, hi from London. It's nice to see you. We haven't connected yet. Hello, I'm Charlene. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Robin. Robin's from Long Island. Nice to see you. Victor, I am glad you are feeling wonderful. That is such a good way to feel, especially on a Monday, holiday or not. It's interesting you say that. So, you know, every day of the week is named after a different celestial body, which we love here in our Insight Timer group. Mondays, Moon Day. Moon Day is all about feeling. Love that. So is from Idaho. Cool. Hey, Kristen V. Good morning from Columbus, Ohio. I'm glad you're feeling well today, enjoying a long weekend. Yes, yes, yes. Jason, thanks for your understanding. Hey, City. Good morning. City joins us from Philadelphia. I love your sunflowers. 'Tis the season, isn't it? We're starting to transition out of summer towards the fall. It's a great time of year. Hey, Sirkin. Nice to see you. I'm glad you're joining us. And I see there's so many other wonderful, beautiful, smiling faces that are bouncing through our Insight Timer chat and over on YouTube as well. So, hello, welcome. Let me tell you a little bit about what to expect if this is your first time. Expect nothing. And when I say that is that every session is completely unique because it's based on energy and it's based on frequency. And the frequency that it's based on is twofold. One, It's based on the energy of the sky, of what's going on, the celestial bodies, how they're pulling or pushing or gently guiding us throughout the day, influencing us in ways that we usually don't even consider. It's also based on your frequency, your current biofields. So however you're feeling today, good, bad, happy, sad, whatever, all of that shows up. We're all energy bodies. We're electrical. So electricity is conducted. It's something that we feel because we're electric. So these bowls that you see sitting in front of you, these 13 chromatically tuned crystal bowls, like all the black and white keys on a piano, from one octave to its top, are tuned to 432 Hertz, which connects to the grounding frequency of the vibration of our planet. It's called Schumann's resonance, 7.83 Hertz, just for all the geeks out there like me. Something you can look into. It's really, really cool. The other thing, though, about these bowls is that they're made out of quartz crystal. Over 99.9% quartz crystal. So you can imagine how conductive of electricity they are. Quartz is highly conductive. It's what's in, they use it in clocks to run watches, all kinds of applications inside computers. So there's tremendous electrical potential that's sitting within and around the bowls. And so the bowls begin to, in a way, they show me what vibrations would benefit at that moment to resonate. So every sound that you hear is completely improvised. It's intuitively channeled out for you based on what you're giving and kind of the trajectory in which we're headed for the day. So if you don't know what to expect the unexpected. So today, I love the energy of today. We're actually under an Aquarian moon. So, which basically just means for the next couple of days, the moon is transiting through the astrological sign in the sky of Aquarius, the water bearer. Side note, the water bearer we think is a water sign, but it's actually an air sign, which is interesting because air signs are all about expansion and movement, right? So we have this kind of expansive and moving energy. But what makes Aquarius unique actually roll back to the planets that in different astrological thoughts rule Aquarius. So Uranus and Saturn in our more exoteric or like our thinking astrology, trying to understand life, they rule Aquarius. Our esoteric astrology, Aquarius is ruled by Jupiter. So when we think about the characteristics of Saturn, Uranus, and Jupiter, that actually kind of begins to unlock what we're feeling today. So Saturn, when connected with Aquarius, is all about us helping find planning, understanding timing, looking at structure, kind of understanding what our boundaries or what our sandbox looks like that we're going to play in of what it is that we're trying to accomplish. Saturn is the taskmaster, Cronus, who shows up and says, all right, let's get this done. Let's get it done now. Don't delay. And that energy really pushes us forward. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Because as a human, change can be uncomfortable, right? Maybe it's just me. So Saturn has that kind of constructively confronting energy. Uranus, it's a rebel. He's like, I want you to become the most individualized you. I want you to be rebellious and break up everything that surrounds you that limits you from being who you are fully, your fullest expression of your individuality. Because that's why you're here. So Uranus is, expect the unexpected with Uranus. There's always a form of transformation, sometimes easy, sometimes not, that shows up with Uranus. So we got that energy kind of underlying all what's going on today. And then we have Jupiter. Y'all know it's the biggest planet. This planet of expansion, this planet of positivity and good luck, kind of supporting everything. There's this benevolence that comes along with Jupiter. So when we combine aspects of these three planets ruling today, here's what it kind of feels like. So a moon transiting through Aquarius oftentimes, interestingly enough, detaches people from emotion. Of course, we're planning. We want to understand the structure. We don't want anything to get in our way because we're busy expanding. So today might be a good day to actually detach yourself a little bit from others. There might be some emotional upsets and insights of sort that you may not want to engage with today. That's fine. Just be prepared. Or if there's something that comes up, be prepared to graciously walk away. There's also an opportunity for taking our time in solitude to really uplift and begin to see the bigger picture. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Bigger picture. Because it's whenever we can detach from all the limitations of society, of what's expected, which is what Uranus is really asking us to do. Saturn says, okay, you need to define it. Uranus says, now let's figure out how to get rid of the things that are preventing us on an ego level. So when we can get through that, we actually get to greater realizations and opportunity for these flashes of insight, this inspiration, visions. You actually, if some of you are very connected on deeper levels, you may have a lot of insights that come your way today. So today is a beautiful day to really disengage, lift up, and from a point of true engagement, get a bigger picture and some clarity. So are you with me on that today? Does that sound like a good thing to do? Because I'm really, that energy just made me very excited to kind of see what the bulls want to start talking about. Good. All of our hearts. Thank you. So, today, like I said, Aquarius is an air sign. So I thought we'd bring in a little fun, airy kind of situation. So let me know how you think about the chimes whenever they come in. I don't know when they'll come in, where they'll come in, but it could be kind of fun, right? Everybody loves a good chime. Maybe it's just me. So I invite you now. There's no right or wrong way to approach this time. It's your time. If you'd like to actively engage, if you'd like to participate in the aspects of any portion that is guided today, I invite you to do so. You may even want to be listening through closed earphones. Those provide the greatest clarity of sound. And Jeremy's been building out some really beautiful construction of sound so that we're able to connect more deeply, more truly to what the bulls are speaking. So just begin to make your way into a comfortable position. If you're new here joining us, again, welcome. I'm glad you're here. We divide our time into 3 main sections, and they flow freely as the energy sees fit. The first we begin just by retuning, just bringing ourselves into the present moment, grounding and understanding where we are today, and honoring that. Then we begin to release, letting go of anything that doesn't serve anymore. Things we'd like to see a different way, understand a different way of being. And then we receive to bring in that new understanding. And it sounds like we're ready to start grounding. So I invite you now to begin to shift your attention towards your breath. Inhale and then audibly exhale. Do it again. Take a deep inhale and then audibly exhale. One last time. Inhale. Exhale. I'll also encourage you, if you have a grounding practice, to go ahead and begin connecting to it. The bulls are very much asking us to ground right now, which makes sense. We are surrounded by a lot of air. So if you have a grounding practice, begin. If you don't, here's something to consider. Think, imagine, or feel a golden cord of light extending from the base of your spine, that first chakra right in your sacrum area, the Muladhara, flows all the way down through the center of the floor, connecting deeply into the earth, wrapping itself around, growing into the earth like roots of a tree. It's immovable, it's impenetrable, it's perfectly balanced. Good. Anytime you need to release energy today, if you've set up this grounding cord, just think, imagine, or feel whatever you're releasing. Invite it to go down that cord, returning back into our beautiful mother. She knows exactly what to do with any of that old energy. She makes it anew, positive, rebirths it. Now to continue directing your attention towards that place of grounding. However you connect to grounding, whatever your truth is for grounding, see if you can't intensify your experience. Some of you may begin to release even in this moment. That's fine. Invite you now to return your attention back to your breath. Good. Witness how your breath is moving today. Witness any sensations that are arising as you witness your breath. Physical sensations are messengers. They're your body's innate way of directly communicating with your consciousness to help you better understand what's happening in your physical undercurrents. deepening. Welcome this. On this planet, organisms that breathe slower live longer. Understanding that rule of this game here in this life, begin to feel a conscious choice enter your physical being, where you choose to actively use your breath to bring you more life. It's subtle and gentle, and your choice. Just a very gentle, mild constriction at the back of your throat. If you've ever done yoga, it's that Ujjayi breath. It's done by just gently engaging the muscles that sit here in your throat. Just a little active engagement to create that hissing sound. That constriction begins to activate energy centers within your body that bring you to a point of centered groundedness and release positive feelings, positive emotions, and positive chemicals into your system. So begin to to really tap into this air element of today with that gentle, easy constriction. It should never hurt. If it hurts, disengage. It may feel different at first. Find your comfort and then allow. Continue. And then just let that gentle constriction release. You can continue it through your time here today. The choice is yours. But let's now turn our intention towards releasing, letting go of all the things that no longer serve. I invite you now within your mind's eye to begin to survey your body. Notice if there's places in which there's physical discomfort. You may have a sensation of a pain in the low back, in your right knee, in your neck, the base of your skull, perhaps in your head, maybe your shoulders. Just notice those sensations without attaching judgment as to why, how, or even trying to understand in this moment. Just begin to let those vibrations release. You can ground them out or just let them go. Some of you may be experiencing energies in your space that just feel heavy or stuck. There's a heaviness that you begin to notice perhaps on the left side of your space. Maybe there's a dullness, something that lacks sparkle in another place. Use your intuition, finding everything that you are ready release. I invite you now to begin releasing all of what is coming up in your thinking mind. Your thinking mind is simply the ego's way of attempting to understand the unexplainable. We sit in pure potentiality, and this cosmic phenomenon is, we try to wrap our brain around it. So thought arises from an attempt at explanation. Explanations can be very helpful. Sometimes they help us make the miraculous repeatable. So suddenly it becomes the mundane, right? But thoughts can also limit our potential, limit our understanding, limit the miracle. of knowingness. It's an intelligence that goes beyond the intellect. It may be something you immediately feel, you immediately know. It may take you a moment to find it, to remember it. It's there. Think of it as those times that you know, that you know, that you know. You don't have to be told. It's inner intelligence. Find that sensation and just sit with it for a moment. Now from this place of connected knowingness, for many of you it feels like that gut feeling. Some of you may feel it as intuition, however you experience it. Begin to think, imagine, or feel clarity coming to you, through you, from this deeper intelligence. Just be enveloped by this peaceful sense that all is well, that comes with, I have this answer. I know what to do. Clarity. Just sit in the feeling of clarity. And now begin to bring a question to mind that you would like to have specific clarity pertaining to whatever its details are. Just see that question sitting out in front of you. Some of you may already begin to resonate and vibrate with the answer to your specific question. If If you don't, that's all right. Let's begin to receive insight. Whatever your specific question pertained to, I'd like you just to set the intention. I know the answer. The answer is mine. Repeat that silently in your head. I know the answer. The answer is mine. I know the answer. The answer is mine. It doesn't matter the question. It could be, how do I heal myself? How do I advance my career? How do I cultivate love? Whatever your question, know that you know. As you're bringing in your answers, begin to also think, imagine, or feel any color, vibration, or specific words that feel good to you. You could be bringing in orange. You could be surrounding yourself in comfort. Begin to receive now any and everything that you need to sustain you, to help you gain perspective and insight for your day or your upcoming day. Clarity is mine. The answers are all around me. I know that I know. Clarity is mine. The answers are all around me. I know that I know. Clarity is mine. The answers, they're all around me. Now I invite you, just begin to make your way back into your physical bodies. How are you feeling? Just check in briefly with yourself. Any last movement that would benefit you physically or energetically, go ahead and take. Any last releases? Anything else you'd like to receive? The answers are all around you all the time. So as there's those few last moments here together, let's actually begin. Let's go back to where we started with that ujjayi breath, that gentle constriction in the back of our throat. And I'd like you to think, imagine, or feel as we begin breathing. Maintain that breath with me. Think, imagine, or feel a beautiful red color coming into the very base of your spine. Good. This is your Muladhara chakra. Just feel the red surrounding. The vibration of the first chakra sounds like the word Lam. 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 Beautiful. Now shift your attention all the way to the top of your head, your crown chakra. This is your seat of consciousness where everything is connected. Think, imagine, or feel a beautiful white or violet light coming into this top chakra. Good. Beautiful. Breathing it in. The sound for the seventh chakra is Aum. We may sometimes say Om. The sound is actually Aum. Think, imagine, or feel this violet light. Aum. Good. Now let's gently descend back to our second chakra, the navel area. It's that seat of creativity. Think, imagine, or feel a vibrant orange. Yeah. Drink in that orange color into this navel area. Svadhisthana. The sound for our Svadhisthana is Vam. Keep breathing. Keep that constricted breath going. Good. Vam. 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 Beautiful. Now, let's ascend back up to our third eye, right in the center of our forehead, in the very center of your brain. Start to bring in a midnight indigo color, like the color of the night sky. Think, imagine, or feel that color as it surrounds that sixth chakra, the Ajna chakra. The sound of the Ajna chakra is Sham. 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 This is your seat of intuition. Sham. Here you know that you know that you know. Sham. Now let's descend back down to our third chakra, our solar plexus. Think, imagine, or feel a beautiful yellow color coming into our Manipura chakra. This is our seat of power. It's also our gut instinct, intuition, knowingness. You have more information that interacts with your body, that comes from your gut, than you do with your brain. Think, imagine, or feel this yellow color activating this depth of knowingness, this gut feeling. You know that you know that you know. Yeah, good. The color of the Manipura chakra is yellow and the sound is Ram. 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 Good. Now let's move up our attention into our throat, our fifth chakra, place of expression. Bring in a beautiful sky blue, a topaz blue, igniting your throat chakra, your Vishuddha chakra. Igniting your inner truth, the integrity of who you are, and your ability to speak it, not only to others, but to yourself. As you experience the sky blue, the sound for the fifth chakra is hum. 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 Now settling down into your heart, placing both hands over your heart, maintaining that beautiful constricted breath. Ujjayi, that enlivening breath. Begin to bring in an emerald green color, the color of an Irish field, into your heart space. The heart connects us between our upper and our lower chakras. These more spiritually connected or physically connected energy centers we have running through our bodies. The heart, it's a seat of life, pulsing, connecting, invigorating. This chakra, the Anahata, vibrates graciously at the sound of yum. Yum. Release the Ujjayi breath and just take a deep inhale in. Hold at the top and then exhale out audibly. Take another deep inhale in. Holding at the top, hold longer at the top this time. Yes, experience that breath through your lungs, through your entire chest cavity, and then exhale it out visibly, audibly. See the sound coming out of your space. One last deep inhale. Hold, hold, hold. Now let it go. Beautiful. How are you feeling, my friends? Little added bonus here at the end today. It's interesting, we so often think that the chakras have to be aligned in a certain manner and that there's an order and it has to, And the truth is that there's actually much thought from an esoteric perspective that as above, so below, right? And that each of the chakras actually correspond to their corresponding opposite at the top and the bottom. So we go from the base to the top. We go from the second to the sixth. We go from the third to the fifth. And then, of course, the fourth. So it felt like that was where we were supposed to experience a chakra alignment and rebalancing today, too. That integration. So I'll be curious to see how that felt for you. Please tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear, love to see. Let's see, Jeremy, if we can't go back to some of those comments. I know they've been coming through. Hi, Tea Lady. That's good to see you. Jaybird, you like the bigger picture? Yeah. Yay! Jeremy's going to love that. Good morning. I'm so glad you joined us from South Carolina. Hi, Jaybird. We're grateful that you are here as well, too. You always bring such a beautiful resonance. Jane, I'm glad you thought it sounded fantastic. Yeah, we're trying to incrementally improve as we go, because this is all about the experience for you. I'm blessed to sit here and I do receive from the bowls and I do work my own stuff, but that's completely secondary. So I'm so glad that you're experiencing beautiful and perhaps more intense releases, more opportunities to have a reconnection with ourselves. We're very visual beings. We're also very orally based beings as well too. So I'm glad that it was resonating with you. Jen, thank you for your comment. Hi, Tom. Good to see you. Hi, Peace. Nice to see you. Linda, I love how you stated what it was that you wanted to claim. You wanted clarity about persistent pain in your right shoulder and your right hip and leg and sits bone. Absolutely. So it's interesting. So in ancient thought across cultures, we see that there are two sides of the body and they function in different ways, right? So we have the feminine side that's attributed to the left side, this bringing in of the energy, and we have the masculine side, the right side, of the releasing, of the coming out, of the letting go, the outward motion or movement. So perhaps there's an opportunity to explore from that perspective the things that you're carrying that you're unable to release, the things that are weighing you down, that are keeping you from moving forward. It's interesting too that you talk about the legs. So Aquarius, which we know the moon is transiting through today, Aquarius rules the veins, the calves, the legs, the lower legs especially. When we look at energy medicine, we look at the different places in which blockages manifest into physical maladies of any variety. The location often helps us trace back, almost like detectives, to the core root of whatever it is that we're working. And there's sometimes many, like a tree, there's many roots, right? And we just get to work through them all. Sometimes we can miraculously release and remove, absolutely. Sometimes part of our work is the journey to release. So the lower legs especially, or the legs in general, they connect to this forward motion. So that may be fun for you to spend a little bit of time doing some research. If you're not familiar with energy medicine, I highly recommend Donna Eden. You can go to her website, you can read her books, you can ask me questions directly in the chat. I'm happy to engage in a conversation about that with you any way that I can assist. There's a lot of potential in which we can begin to uncover some of the things that we're bringing to the surface. So God bless you on that journey. I know that's can be sometimes cumbersome, but always rewarding, especially when you choose to walk it. So I love you, Linda. That's amazing. Peace. You feel so much calmer. And your name is Peace. I mean, is that even possible? That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. You'd listen to that chakra clearing meditation recording. Perfect. I'm so excited. We're actually recording 3 new albums. We might wind up recording even more this upcoming October, and that's going to be one of them. Different ways to approach chakra clearing, because at different times we need different things. We're in different places to receive. Sometimes we're not really, at least for me, I'm not very physical sometimes in my body. Sometimes I am. I'm very grounded into that. I'm a redhead. And there's other times I'm very floaty and I need to approach it from a more spiritual, esoteric space. I'm totally making fun of myself in this, but it's true. And I know I'm not alone. You know, sometimes I have to, I got so much consternation and angst that I need to approach it through my heart. So we're going to have a fun time exploring all these different ways that we can actually find better alignment and balance within our bodies. So there I do get to be the guinea pig. So that'll be fun. But thank you for saying that piece. Jen, all of this morning was perfection. Chakra clearing was icing on the cake. Yeah, oh, I'm so glad you liked that. It felt like we needed that. It was interesting, too. Today, we really needed to ground the bowls. We didn't start, and the bowls were like, ground, 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 ground. And of course, as we were talking at the very beginning, I had just briefly mentioned Schumann's resonance, 7.83 Hertz. If you're not familiar, or if you haven't been here before, you know that this bowl over here, this Mambo Jambo, this big old boy, it's a C sharp. And it's basically, if we were to extrapolate 7.83 Hertz up to an audible range and then put it in this octave, this bowl is what it sounds like. And so this very grounding and centering sound is really what, at the very beginning, bar none, the bowls were like, get out of the way and just play this note. So we really set into that grounding space. So it's interesting you say that. Peace. You listen every day. You like the chakra clearing in every session. You know, it's interesting. It's sneaky. So side note, every session does have chakra clearing. But today we really made it visible by being very specific about the colors, about the sounds, the corresponding sounds, and also then you activating through that Ujjayi breath. That breath actually brings more, sometimes by bringing just a little bit of tension, it focuses the energy into a specific place or a specific flow that allows us to cultivate whatever we're trying to cultivate, which could be release, which could be receiving, which could be a very specific manifestation. So, and these are based on old, ancient Vedic sciences. It's true that they are. So, we'll have to, I think maybe we'll incorporate some more chakra clearing a little more deliberately into some of our upcoming sessions. I'm glad you liked it. I appreciate the feedback. This is for you, so let's do it. Doug, you felt like every layer was slowing down and enjoying the breath. Yeah, so nice. Oh, that is so nice. Yeah, it's interesting, too, how you were talking about the breath, Doug. Thank you for sharing that today with Aquarius, that air sign. There's a lot of that breath going on. Also, that gentle reminder to use our breath today, to take a breath whenever we feel constricted in any way. Either something that we've cultivated in ourselves or we've allowed to cultivate and we really want to blame on somebody else, but it's really just us. Just taking that moment of pause and breath. So thanks for sharing that. That's such a good reminder, especially for me. I appreciate that, Doug. Jane with a Y, my friend, feeling grounded and peaceful. Yes, absolutely. Linda, you agree about the imbalance of the chakras. Yeah, it's amazing how... So we take for granted, we're like, oh, we got 7 chakras, all these, 7 energy centers. I don't really have to think about them. Well, the reality is that we have 112 chakras that we can actually activate within our system, but there's 72,000, what are called nadis, which are energy, lines of energy, which run through our body. 36,000 on one side, on the feminine side, 36,000 on the other side, the masculine side. So it ain't just 7 that we're really dealing with. There is a lot going on. The 7 come from it's like an anthology of sorts. We'll put all the best kind of corresponding energy flows that go in these particular that kind of do the same sorts of things. We'll kind of put them all in general categories because it's easier for us to connect with, and we can be more efficient. And let's face it, nature is all about efficiency in many, many ways. So it's a good way to connect, but understanding what's underneath can also be very liberating. So I invite you to play with that too, because that's fun. Peace. How would Donna Eden approach work anxiety and doing things we don't like to do? Donna Eden's work gives us much more specific, actionable items for whenever we're at a point of overwhelm and can't ascertain what we need, when we're really looking for answers. So she begins to help us break things down, oftentimes not from an intellectual level, but from a knowingness level. So it's the vibration, it's the moving energies out of the body. So engineering the body in certain ways that allow energies to release and remove so that we can better connect with a deeper knowingness and our own healing. So that's kind of a core of how a lot of Donna Eden's work really works. But what you're asking is about anxiety and to do things you don't like to do. It's a much deeper issue because it's very personal. So you may have anxiety that looks like this, and I may have anxiety that looks like this. Sure, that's hard to do. But we would both call them anxiety, but the answer and how to move them, how to disengage them would be very different for this sensation than it is for this sensation, right? So it's a very personal experience. If you feel inclined towards exploring why you have anxiety, there's a lot of different modalities. There's many ways to climb the mountain. It's just about getting to the top, right? And that's what you want. You want to get to the top. I just had this image of like enlightenment is the elevator. We're getting there. We're working. We're all working. So what I would encourage you to do is really kind of get to the core of what makes you feel anxious and what is it that you don't want to do? Sometimes there's a deeper truth that we're bringing up. Our body's like, okay, listen, this is not who you are. This is not who you are. This is not who you are. So we have to ascertain, is that the truth? Or sometimes it's fear saying, you don't want to do this because it's really who you are and I don't want you to do that. But you don't want to do it because, no, and could you imagine what people would say or think? Or you don't want to do it. It's gross and icky. So there's a lot that needs to be uncovered for you to actually find your truth. And people can help you along that path. Ultimately, you'll get there quicker if you do the work on your own. If you want to talk more about it, reach out to me. We can direct message. I'm happy to help and be here as best I can. But I encourage you on your journey, and I see you showing up and doing your work. It's amazing. Even just listening to sound. That's the beautiful thing of listening to the right sounds, of listening to mantra. Mantra even begins to release. It sends in subtle vibrations for the outside of our space that then start to break down those physical things. And when we have dedicated practices, after our 40-day sadhana or our 48-day sadhana, we begin to, I do feel a little more peaceful. Those things aren't really bothering me as much as they did. I'm not really as anxious about that as I used to be. I think I can do this. because the vibration works on a subtle level. So you are showing up and doing that work even on a very subtle level, and I applaud you. I applaud you all for that, all of us. Like, it's listen, if it was easy, everybody do it, but it's not. But that's what makes it cool. That's what makes it rewarding. It's that memory of your power. So thanks for sharing. I know it's a long answer, but I wanted to be truthful in the information. So, hi Alexa Clee from London. I love that. It's nice that you're here. And thank you. You are a blessing as well, my friend. I love your rainbows. We all need rainbows in our life. Jen, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. I know frequently sometimes the donations don't show up in the chat, and we pop back to the back office and we see that donations have come through. So if your donation was sent in today and I didn't recognize you, has nothing to do with anything other than I just didn't see it right here during this live session. Just know that I appreciate you and I thank you. And you are a blessing. So, Alexa, I can't make a donation here. They don't go through. Do I have PayPal? In fact, I do. If you want to send me a PayPal, that would be very much a blessing. I don't even know if we're allowed to put it in the chat. But it is, Jeremy, are we allowed to put that in the chat? He's checking on it right now. I'll let you know. Thank you so much. It's Charleene@gmail.com. There you go. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Peace. Thank you for everything that you said. It's my pleasure. Perspective, right? We all get to look at it in a different way. You know, whenever you look at the ring that's on my finger right here, you see one thing and I see something completely different, right? And somebody over here sees something unique as well. So we're all just trying to walk together. Yeah, so yeah, they do come through. Peace. Maybe add it to your page link tree. Yeah, of course. Alexa, thank you so much. And Jeremy just popped that in there if there's your PayPal. I know Insight Timer encourages all of us to stay on their beautiful platform. They have so much great content. Sometimes technical things happen, so I appreciate your questioning and your generosity. You know, it's always such a blessing to be here, and we're so excited. We'll be coming back here with you this week. We've got some upcoming sessions. The next, I think we're back on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday at noon Eastern. So I think that's 5 p.m. UK time, if I'm not mistaken. 9 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be diving into inner dialogue. It'll be kind of fun. Greater insight into your current circumstance. Then on Thursday, time break. We've never done this time before, but we're going to do it, and it's going to be different. It's going to be fun, and I hope you'll join us, because I'd love to see you there if you're able to join us. It's this Thursday, September 8th at 3 p.m., which is Eastern time. So that is night time, at least not nighttime for me. I'm an early bird in the UK. And it's also 3 p.m., 12 p.m., high noon, Pacific. So if you can join us on Thursday, I would love to see you there. We're going to be breaking down emotional walls. If you've got emotional walls you want to break down, let's do it together. And then we'll be back on Saturday. We'll be, this one's going to be super dreamy. It's going to be a full moon crystal singing bowl experience under a Pisces full moon. Pisces, it's the last sign of the zodiac. It's the 12th sign. It's the dreamiest. It's where there's all this water and floating and creativity and disillusion. Pisces is really cool. My daddy's a Pisces. I like Pisces. So that'll be a great time to let your imagination run wild and really tap into that full moon energy. So I hope you join us. I think that one's at 11 a.m. Yep, 11 a.m. Eastern time, which will be, why am I always bad at doing this? 8 a.m.? Yeah, 8 a.m. Pacific time. This is not how my brain works. So I would love to see you. And if you ever want to catch up, or if you'd ever like to revisit some of these lives, you can do it. All of these lives are available to you anytime on YouTube. So if you'd like to find that, you can always find out more on our teacher page. Go to our teacher page. It has a link to website which takes you everywhere that you need to go. But if you ever want to share some of these or just relive some of these moments, because sometimes we do have very powerful shifts and experiences, and sometimes it's nice to recultivate those energies. There you go. We're trying to make sure that you have these available at your fingertips anytime you need. So have a beautiful day, my friends. It's such an honor to be here with you now. And oh, Sunshine, thank you so much for your donation. It just came through. Thank you, Sunshine. What a beautiful name. Thank you for bringing sunshine to our life today. And thanks for being here. Speaking of, and I'm so grateful for you as well, Peace. I'm grateful for you all. I pray you all have the most blessed, beautiful, magnificent day. May you graciously detach so that you can bring in greater insight into every move that you make today. Under this beautiful Aquarian moon, may your path be peaceful. May you walk in grace always. And may you always know how deeply loved and very, very appreciated you are. Thank you so much, my friends. I'll see you soon. Until then, I love you. Sat Nam.